The willingness or forthcomingness for expression is ideal and desirable for any communications class. It is vital learners function and thrive in a zone that is welcoming and accepting of others with cultural values, ideologies, identities, or religion unique from their own. To do that, I strive to create an atmosphere that is familiar and familial. My students have relayed to me time and time again that they feel as though we are one big family. The school experience must come to life and should be charged with a vibrancy and dynamism that evokes a camaraderie in which each member feels as if they are part of something bigger than themselves, like a collection of tiles in a colorful mosaic. Students are led to feel we are a calm family, a community of learners in which mistakes made during class are not frowned upon, but crowned upon. They soon realize that erring in class can be a tool for oneself or someone else to benefit from. Albert Hubbard says, the greatest mistake you can make in life is continually fearing that you'll make one.
Hi, I generally introduce myself and allow students to introduce themselves with the use of maps. So after introducing myself and discussing where I'm from in the Caribbean, I open up the floor asking students, tell me where you're from and let's find it on the map. So basically, we can then scroll across the planet, and sometimes we can look at the various areas in China, sometimes we can look at the various areas in Pakistan or India, sometimes we can marvel at the long coastline of Vietnam, sometimes we can look at the difference in size between Iran and Iraq, and even the fact that some countries in Europe are landlocked. Other times we can look at within Ontario, for example, how far everything is from each other. If you wanted to take a drive from Toronto to Montreal, how long it would take us. So these are really, really fun, relaxing icebreaker that I employ at the beginning of my semester. And I find that this really helps in terms of everybody getting to know each other a bit, and we get ready to, work together on our learning journey.
I find it really useful to have a consistent structure for my classes that allows for space and time to check in and ground ourselves before we begin the collaborative work of learning. When teaching online, I do the same thing every week. So I first let folks know I'll be in the digital space 15 minutes early in case there are things people want to chat about beforehand. As folks come in, I try and greet them in the chat by name, and then I allow for 5 minutes after our start time for folks to get really settled. Once we're all there, I ask folks if there's anything they need to access the space today. I check to see if everyone can hear and see each other and remind folks about the different ways they can participate in the chat, using their mic, using a shared whiteboard, etc. I then make space for announcements folks might want to share, things happening in people's communities that might be relevant to class content, workshops, events, demonstrations they want to invite their classmates to. And then we do a quick go around. So every week I ask folks to share their names and pronouns if they'd like, and give us a word or two to let us know how they're feeling today. And that's what we do before we begin the actual content work.
By integrating contemplative pedagogical practices and by attempting to meet students where they are at in terms of their lived experiences and their positionality, I embrace uncomfortable conversations and student resistance because it allows me to encourage continuous self-inquiry and self-reflection. My goal is to create engaging and positive student-teacher relationships through regular check-ins, offering and using alternatives to teaching and learning, challenging students, and through representing students' intersectional identities into the curriculum.